I walked into social media marketing world, which was an investment in myself, and anybody who wants to grow needs to learn to invest in themselves, not just their business, themselves. When I walked into social media marketing world, I was handed a whole new toolbox. Look at
Mhm.
all these new tools that are available.
Right.
And when I walked out, I learned to use those tools better. We talk about a carpenter.
Hmm.
A carpenter, when he builds a table and it wobbles, he doesn't blame the table. He doesn't blame the tools. He blames himself. If he wants to do it right, he learns to use those tools better. And that's what we've become, a student of social media.
Excellent. Absolutely. We're going to take another quick break, and because I've run over again, this is exciting. So we're going to take a quick break, let some of the sponsors um, have their time to shine. We're going to come back. We'll talk a little bit more with Roger, and then we're going to wrap up. And if you guys have any questions out there, you can comment. Um, Definitely, we're looking for some interaction. So, Mark, we're ready to go to break. One here today with Roger Wakefield, Texas Green Plumbing, and Harris County candidate for sheriff Randy Rush, along with Brian Dobbs, my co-host. I see we are having some technical issues. We apologize for that. We're working on that. But before we left, we were talking about social media, and Roger sharing some great information on how he got started. Roger, talk a little bit now. We've got about 9 minutes left in our show. Talk a little bit now, if you will, about what you've built social media wise. You've got a YouTube channel. You're one of the very first to start doing LinkedIn Live, which is, I know a lot of people that haven't been able to break through that barrier yet. That's pretty impressive. So tell us a
True.
little bit about what it's done for you.
It's, Gary Vee talks about getting people's attention. And think about it. If every real estate agent in Dallas, if you had their attention, what would that do for you and your business and where you want to go? And we literally I started out what I learned that first day at Social Media Marketing World. And actually, it was the second day. I walked into a class accidentally, and it was Daryl Eve's class, but he had a billboard outside or a banner outside that said, reach your customers through video. And I thought, I was headed down here for this, but I'm going to go in here. And I sat on the front row, and I'm one of those people. I want to be a sponge. I'm ADD, so I don't want people in front of me moving. I don't want to be distracted. I used to do security, so I'm used to watching everybody in the room. And I'm sitting on the front row, and one of the first things he said is, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. And I thought, man, this guy's dumb. YouTube is a place to host videos. That's all it is. And he keeps talking about YouTube and it being a search engine, and that is where people are looking to find answers. And I'm listening to this guy, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And he goes on and on. He talks about the Squatty Potty, which was a commercial he was involved with, or a YouTube video with the rainbow sherbet pooping unicorn. And it's,
Always goes back to that with
you
a
you know,
plumber,
it,
doesn't
it
it?
does with a plumber. You get what you ask for. But I listened to this, and I listened to him say that that video took Squatty Potty from $1 million a year in sales to $52 million a year. And I'm like, this is the power of the internet. I don't even know it. So I walked out of there. I changed the courses that I went to the rest of my days there. I fell in love with YouTube, fell in love with LinkedIn because I had heard people talk about connections. But I decided I can't focus on everything. Wherever you focus, that's where you're going
Mm-hmm.
to go. I focused on YouTube. We walked out. March the 2nd was the last class. I had a radio show the next morning, church the next morning, and then Monday morning when I walked in. When I say I had that morning, as soon as I finished the radio show, as soon as I finished with church, I went back to the office and I was going through pages and pages of notes, coming up with a game plan. And I brought my wife and my son in the next day and said, okay, here's what I want to do. And I want to start now. We're changing the way we do everything. And we started making video content to put in front of people looking for plumbers because they've got a plumbing problem. And my thought was, if I can teach you how to repair your toilet and you find it and you realize, and we've learned how to use YouTube better than most people. People tell me all the time you can't use YouTube for local search. Okay, keep thinking that. Have a great day. Talk to you later. If you do things right, you can. So we figured out how to use that. We've figured out how to use LinkedIn. We figured out how to use Facebook. I've got messages. I've got people watching me every day and sending me messages on Instagram now. And we're not even really trying to do Instagram. We're repurposing other videos, but there's a completely different audience there. So we started growing on YouTube, started doing really good. And if you own a plumbing company, people send you messages every other day saying, hey, I'm with Google. I want to work with you. And you reply back or you answer the phone, you talk to them. And it turns out, well, yeah, I work with a company that actually buys Google ads. So it got to where my question would be, so Lyndon, you said you work for Google. Yes. Does Google actually sign your check? It'd either be click or no, or, well, no, here's what really happens. Well, I get a message one time, and it's from a lady at LinkedIn. And I send her a message back. So you really work for LinkedIn? She's like, yes. Okay, so LinkedIn signs your paycheck. She's like, yes. I'm like, where do you work at? She's like, New York. I'm like, oh my gosh. You're wanting me to do LinkedIn Live? And she said, yeah, I'd really like it. I'd really like to talk to you about this. And it was crazy. But hashtags are the key thing in the world in relationships. I found a hashtag called hashtag 10 tips, 10 days. And it's you get on a video, you get on LinkedIn, you make a video, and you give people tips for 10 days about what you do. And I was giving people plumbing tips, and it blew up. People were like, oh my God, we've got a plumber in here. Man, the guy's great. He's giving good information. Social media is what you want it to be. One thing that I tell people all the time is, look, never sell on social media. I don't like that. I don't try to sell. I don't send out an ad saying, hey, look, I'm running a special on water heaters. I put out information saying, look, what kind of water heater should you buy?
We had a show. I don't mean to interrupt
No,
you. We had a show not long ago, and the guy actually said, when you can change your mindset from social media to service media, you realize that it's a tool and not a distraction. And so one of the things I want to say this, we got to wrap up. I hate that we're out of time. But one of the things that I've been really thinking about lately is that most businesses don't struggle or fail because of a bad product or service. They struggle or fail because not enough people know they do that product or service.
They're not getting their attention.
Right. And so that's what I've seen. I mean, you're living proof of it. You guys can go out and look him up. We're going to have links and everything in here later. So check out Roger, Texas Green Plumbing. Go ahead.
London, here's the bad thing. You said the guy that was in. Here's the thing. When people start losing money, it's all about transaction. They need the money. It needs to always be about the relationship.
Right.
If it's about the relationship, the money will follow.
You're right.
That's good.
Right. Relational is long-term. Transactional is short-sighted short-term.
Yeah. And I say often that don't chase the things that are meant to follow.
I love it.
Money is a horrible leader, a fantastic follower.
Right.
And when you understand that principle, you will go out and serve. You will go out and help. You'll go out and teach, and you'll find those people flock to you. So
Yes, sir.
that's good stuff, Roger.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you guys being on. Randy, just got a quick minute, 30 seconds. You got anything else you want to say before? One is I appreciate you making the trip from Houston.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for being here. It's exciting to have you on. Anything you want to tell anybody before we sign off?
Yes, and that's I would appreciate if anybody and everybody that's living in Harris County would look at the candidates. Right now, the only thing I'm worried about is the primary. If they look at me versus my two opponents and just do a quick Google search, look at who you possibly will vote for. And I do believe, with my experience and my training, that they would vote for me. Awesome. And I would hope that everybody goes out and vote. If you're a Republican, vote.
Well, I'll tell you what. Once you win on next Tuesday, we'll have you back on, and we'll give you another big push for the general.
I will be more than happy to come back.
All right. So real quick, got about 30 seconds. I hope I can do this. Holly Haggard is one of our sponsors with Geneva Financial. You can reach Holly at 817-761-5626. Excellent loan officer. The Real Estate Triangle with Adam and Liz Terrell. We're really happy to have them as one of our sponsors. They created a group for small business owners that surround the real estate transaction so that you can connect with the type of people that you want to do business with. We also have James Kern with Delicate Moving. James Kern has done over 20,000 successful moves. You know,
He's a rock star, guys.
He is. Brian Podesco with Real Property Management Focus. Josh Small with WeatherTech General Contracting, Kendra Strawn with Fidelity National Title, and Stephen Pine with Patterson Insurance. We want to thank them for supporting this show. Couldn't do it without you guys. Again, thank you all for being here. Thank you guys for watching and sticking with us through some technical difficulties. We apologize for that, but thanks for being here. And remember, you can never make a difference until you're willing to do the things that make the difference.